Well, the Halloween weekend is well underway. Ghosts and goblins all about.
All over the place, right? Some more real than others out there, as our own paranormal investigation tried to find out. More on that from our Andrew Adams live in Pleasant Grove with a look at two totally different Halloween experiences. Andrew, what'd you find out?
Well, actually, right now, Mike, we're at the Canyon Road haunt, 4416 North Canyon Road here in Pleasant Grove. And you want to talk about taking Halloween to the next level. Huge display behind me here. I'm joined by Sue Nickel. You own all this. What possessed you to do all this?
Yeah, the smiles we give people. We just enjoy everybody coming through and loving it and having fun with our families.
When did you actually start setting up this display?
You know, we started doing this 5 years ago. It takes us about 2 weeks to put up, so we try to get it up by October 1st.
Yeah, and we'll just move out of the way so you can get a little bit of a look at it. There actually looks like some robotic items here, and these were actually things that you made.
Yes, everything that we've made, everything we've made is out of upcycled items, windshield wiper motors, anything I can get at yard sales, just things like that.
Best news of all, proceeds benefit the local food bank. Now, these haunts are kid-friendly, but some that hang around the Salt Lake City and County building, not so much, as our investigation found out.
It just becomes, I guess, part of the norm of our building. I just know not to be here late at night by myself.
The Salt Lake City and County building, an imposing center of power since 1894, home to the mayor, city council, and apparently ghosts.
As someone grabbed the side of my arm, and when I turned, no one was behind me.
Jan Aramaki is a city employee. Walking these halls for the past 20 years, she's experienced plenty she can't explain.
Okay, this is our back meeting room where one of our deputy directors used to sit.
Aramaki says she always knew her coworker was in her office at night because she could hear her typing loudly. One night,
I was leaving the office and I thought, oh, I'll go say goodnight to her. She's working late, and I opened the door and she wasn't here, and it just stopped.
Ghost stories seem to be everywhere here. Local lore talks about a handful of ghosts inhabiting this place, including those of two children who fell to their deaths during the building's construction.
You hear people talk about hearing kids through this building a lot. The hallways were dark. And I came in here, put my key in the door, and then we all heard it. These kids started laughing, and we're running down the hall.
We always try to go in thinking, it's not a ghost till it's a ghost.
We brought in a group of paranormal investigators to see what activity we could uncover.
Is there people here who fought for the South?
The ghost hopping crew has spent nights in historic and scary spots across the country, armed with devices like the Ovilus.
The idea is that energy can manipulate this.
And soon, something did.
Just said like 22 words in a row, now it went quiet. Are you done? We've gone to places where we've walked around for 4 hours and this thing hasn't made a peep. Not a peep. Video. Story. Video, story, back to back. We've gotten a lot of things about down, deep, under.
Which was interesting, because that was one place our investigation was to take us. A realm few ever see, deep under the city and county building, into a tunnel that connects to the city library across the street.
It's very quiet. It has a very creepy feel down here.
In past decades, it was used to transport jail prisoners like convicted serial killer Ted Bundy to court hearings.
Let's give this a try.
Investigator Marcus turned on what's known as a spirit box. It quickly cycles through radio frequencies to create white noise. In theory, entities can use it to speak.
Is there anyone down in this tunnel with us?
We immediately got an indecipherable blip, but over the next 2 minutes, we get more interesting responses.
No.
Twice, we hear the word bad. Seconds later, the word evil. Was someone trying to tell us what was down here? Or perhaps the nature of crime someone committed long ago?
All right, we won't go any farther than this.
Back upstairs,
How many of you are there?
we asked the same question again minutes later. Same answer. We got a few intelligent responses, including another from the Ovilus that spoke to just what we were doing here.
Paranormal. Nothing just said paranormal.
Perhaps the ghosts knew us better than we thought.
We either all misheard something, we either all convinced ourselves.
As we wrapped, one last scare. A door rattling hard. Turned out just to be the security guard. Perhaps a not-so-subtle reminder to all investigators to remain skeptical.
You have to be the type of person that says, I believe that this stuff exists, but not everything that I come into contact is it.
You know, at one point I was on the 4th floor all by myself. I had this gust of wind go right past my head like that. I thought it was a wind draft, but I couldn't get it to replicate. Those kind of things play with your mind when you're investigating the paranormal, guys.
All right, Andrew.